Welcome back. It is a Wildcat Wednesday. Our good friend Sherry Nelson joining us. Sherry, thank you so much for driving through the rain and being here from the K-State Wildcat Extension District. It is contest season when it comes to 4-H, and there's there's something to be said for a good dose of healthy competition in a kid's life. Now, I know you guys are coming out of, let's talk about the contest and the goodies that you brought here before we see what we got coming up down the road. Horticulture, I know you just finished up.
Yes, yesterday we had our area 4-H challenge day. These were contests. We had the horticulture judging contest, crops judging, photography, family and consumer science, and our favorite food show, area-wide favorite foods.
Now, I think people may ask, okay, when it comes to not the judging aspect, but from an entry point aspect, how do I enter and how am I judged when it comes to, say, something about horticulture?
The horticulture judging contest is the kids sign up. Some of these kids have been practicing for quite some time. They have to identify 50 different plants.
Oh my gosh.
They might have a fruit or they might have plants, and then they also have to judge 4 classes that have different plants sitting there, and they have to select the highest quality plants, you know, to win the class.
So essentially it's not only their knowledge as far as what each plant is, but they become the judges themselves?
That's right. Yeah, this is what these contests are. The kids are learning how to properly, select plants and things like that. Same way with livestock. We'll do that next week. But yeah, the horticulture, they have to identify 50 plants. Crops have to identify 50 plants plus 50 different seeds that are just laying out there. They could be weeds, they could be crops, so all kinds of good stuff that they have.
That's amazing. And the photography contest, that is one of my favorite. What are some of the subjects that we saw this year in the photography?
The photography this year, I didn't really get over there to look, but they have classes set up that the kids have. They'll have 4 photos laying there, and they have to select those on the overall quality. They'll look at the rule of thirds on those classes to see, make sure that their pictures are balanced and whatnot. So.
Okay, what do we have coming up as far as 4-H contests?
Next week we have our area livestock contest, which will be livestock judging. We also have a meats judging contest, and a skillathon next week. So I brought some stuff for you to see if you can.
Let's go. What do we have?
I brought some plant samples from yesterday to see if you can identify any of these.
Be able to identify
any ideas what that might be?
It almost looks like a spearmint that used to grow in my grandmother's garden.
Actually, that's a gooseberry plant.
I see. Maybe she had gooseberries too. I don't know.
And then we have this one.
No.
It's a honeysuckle.
I'll tell you what, those things will grow on fences.
They take over in a hurry.
So see, when I see this, my eyes I just go into lawn care mode. No, lawn care mode. And I'm like, that thing's coming down.
Okay, how about this one? Any ideas?
No, it's very thin and wispy.
Actually, this is the top of an asparagus plant. This is the fern part of an asparagus plant. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, so the kids, there was one young lady yesterday.
How do they study for this?
They practice. They get samples, they start practicing, and they just really go to town.
No, keep going. Keep going. I can embarrass myself. I'm fine. It looks like a fern.
It's a honey locust.
Is that close to a fern?
No, it's a tree.
That's fine. This is evident I was not in 4-H, right?
Well,
I don't know.
It's a mulberry, part of off of a mulberry tree.
And see,
mulberries
once you get your kids signed up, they're going to be whizzes. They're going to drop knowledge on you.
Exactly.
What's the skillathon?
The skillathon next week. The kids they'll have to take a test. They'll have to identify some plants. They'll identify some feedstuffs. They also have a portion of that contest where livestock equipment is laying there. So how about this? Do you know what this might be?
No, I don't.
This is an ear tagger.
I got you.
Ear tag in for livestock, and this is kind of older. Yeah, I don't know if you know what.
Oh, wow! And so you can change your number. And then how do you?
This is a slap tattooer. This was primarily used in hogs.
Honestly,
yes, you slap them on the rump as they run past you, and this tattoos them with a number, so you can read them. And it was primarily used on. It's forbidden to be used on hogs.
Was it a slap brander?
Slap tattooer.
Slap tattooer.
So yeah, and then the kids are also going to get to do some meats.
Okay.
They'll go into the locker, and they'll have to identify, I think it's 50 different retail cuts of meat.
No, that's
Plus, with meats, they also have to learn how to, the different cooking styles, you know, how this particular slice of meat would be cooked. So they've been doing a lot of studying.
Sign your kids up for 4-H, and then you send them off to the butcher, and they come back with the best beef.
Yeah, best beef,
because they know
pork,
what they're looking for.
Whatever, so.
Well, Sherry, I want to thank you for joining us. I know you guys are extremely busy. And then we got fairs coming up.
Fairs coming up. We're still doing camp. We're still doing all kinds of good stuff.
Got any openings at the Greenbush camp?
No, I think we're full. That's
Sorry
next
about that,
week.
folks. I was going to see if we had any. Well, that shows you how successful you are. Sherry, thank you so much for coming in, joining us on this Wildcat Wednesday. We'll catch up to you at fair season.
Sure.
If you have time.
Yeah, if we have time.
All right, we'll have more KOAM Morning News for you next.
All right.